Hey, you clicked on my video. Appreciate it. Now be sure to like the video and subscribe to the page. Long enough to cover the subject and short enough to keep it interesting. Welcome to Out Up My League. I'm Nick Diaz. This is the final straw. The hammer and the nail, everything. The statistical improbability that the Saints will make the playoffs, that's pretty much done. It's over. It is very improbable for the Saints to make the playoffs after Thursday night's loss to the Cardinals. So all these contract negotiations, all these trades, all these draft movements going up and down in the draft, all of this freeing up the cap space year after year means nothing. Means nothing. Saints have been in win now mode for over 5 years now, and they didn't get it done. Deal with it. If you didn't think the Sean Payton Breeze era was over, guess what? It is. In culture and in players. It's just over, bro. It's over. And Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis tried their hardest to keep it going. They were trading up for Patrick Mahomes in 2017, didn't get him. They went after Tom Brady in 2019, but Drew Brees decided, hey, maybe I want to come back. Didn't get him. Sean Payton said, I can't be here anymore without a quarterback. I'm out. And then you hired a horrible head football coach. A horrible head football coach who cannot teach his players how to tackle, cannot manage a game, cannot teach discipline to his players, cannot hire good assistant coaches, can't even be good as a defensive-minded head coach calling plays, the one thing he's supposed to be good at. Oh, and then on top of that, after you lost to the Cardinals Thursday night, he said after the game, the injuries are why we're losing. Really? Did you see Arizona's injury list? Have you seen Tampa Bay's injury list? You lost to Cincinnati because two of your best players in the back end, Bradley Roby and Tyrann Mathieu, can't tackle Jamar Chase. You lost last night because you threw an interception in the red zone and you threw two more pick sixes and your defense sucks. You outgained Arizona in total yards. And you still got your ass handed to you. You have one of the worst defenses in football. You have great individual players looking good. A lot of young guys you drafted, which is still another bad sign of coaching, by the way, because the whole is not as good as the sum of its parts. Can't put it all together. Your play calling sucks on both sides of the ball because you stopped giving the ball to your best wide receiver in the game. You just can't stop turning the ball over, and you can't stop committing penalties over and over and over again. And now, the only other red flag left on why Dennis Allen is such a horrible head coach, if you didn't believe all those things to begin with, then, to top it all off, he goes up there on the podium and makes a bullshit, lame-ass excuse as to why he lost the game the last 2 weeks. I mean, the injuries. What a punk-ass thing to say. The Carolina Panthers fired their coach. The Arizona Cardinals will fire their coach at season's end, by the way. And the Saints just got their ass handed to both of them. Where does that put Dennis Allen in the pecking order? So unless Mickey Loomis is secretly willing to die on that Dennis Allen hill for personal reasons, whatever, Dennis Allen will be fired. And he should be. Because he is a putrid head football coach. A putrid head football coach. Word of advice to athletic directors in college or general managers in the NFL, don't let the players pick the coach. Stop doing that. Oklahoma and Notre Dame are finding that out, and now the Saints are finding that out in the NFL. This is some Ed Ogeron bullshit right here. Except great coordinators and a Hall of Fame quarterback ain't coming through there to save your ass. So, the Saints, they have to blow it up, right? You would think, but here's the problem. You can't blow it up. You can't. Because you're in salary cap hell with a bunch of old players who are hurt. You can't trade them away. A, because nobody would really want them for much of anything. And B, because no one's going to take their salary. Because of their contracts that you kept pushing back over and over and over and over again because you were always in win-now mode, but you couldn't get it done. You can't trade away Michael Thomas because who the hell wants him? You can't trade away Alvin Kamara for that price. All these players, you can't. Well, you could tank on the season. You could tank. You could start your backups. Why not? But you can't do that either. You want to know why? Because it's not going to mean a damn thing. You don't have a first-round pick this year. You traded that away to go get Chris Olave in the first round, who, by the way, has been arguably the best offensive rookie in the NFL this year, and right now would probably win Offensive Rookie of the Year in the NFL. all this talent and you're just pissing it down the drain. So, the Saints could tank the season, but that would mean you'd be tanking for the first pick in the second round. Great. You know, what really sucks about this is that the NFL is great at many things. They are. But one thing in particular that they're great at, hope. They are great at selling hope. The NFL sells hope to its fans better than any sport in the wide world. Lose? Well, get a high draft pick. Salary cap space? Go pay for players in free agency. All of those things, they sell you hope. Saints can't do any of those things. They can't. They put themselves in that situation. They overpaid for players who can't help them, and they will lose and get none of the benefits right now. They are in hell. They're in hell. But here is the last beacon of hope for the New Orleans Saints. Trade Sean Payton. He wants back in. And a lot of teams are desperate and want him as their head coach. And he, Sean Payton, has a hefty price tag on him right now. And trading the rights to Sean Payton may be the last thing that you have for a rebuild. Because here is what all of you want in this rebuild, besides a new head coach. What do you want? You want a quarterback, just like everybody else. Well, guess what? This quarterback draft class for 2023 is one of the best quarterback draft classes in recent memory. That is not hyperbole. That is fact. Bryce Young at Alabama, who I think is the best in this group and has special written all over him. The same way I thought Burrow had special written on him, just like mentally, he's built differently. C.J. Stroud. Hey, Saints love Ohio State players. Hendon Hooker at Tennessee. I don't think he's as good as other people do, but that's just my opinion. However, I do think he's a first-round pick. All three are legit first-round quarterbacks. Two of them could be legit franchise guys guaranteed. Best we've had in 5 years for a draft class. Find a way to get one of them. Get in draft position and find a way to get one of those three guys. And if you do, you will have your pick. You will have multiple picks back and a litter of coaching candidates in the NFL waiting for you to interview them. Because here's the thing, not only will you getting a quarterback help, despite what many of you are feeling towards Mickey Loomis, you cannot deny, or maybe some of you can, but you cannot deny that the Saints and Mickey Loomis have been better at drafting players and evaluating talent than anyone in the National Football League. Anyone. And guess what? Coaches know that. If you give them a quarterback or a possibility to get a quarterback and all that young talent that you have and all that young talent you will continue to have as long as Mickey Loomis is calling the shots, they know the Saints will rebuild the talent around them with a quarterback. That's your last hope. Thanks for listening to Out of My League. If you like what you heard, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Or follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok in the description link below.